So I remember this guy
Yeah.
in school. He used to always like a bunch of people, not just one guy, a bunch of these like jock kids. He used to always like make fun of me because I couldn't really like play sports. Like his asthma was bad, so I couldn't. Or allergies or asthma. So they always be like, "Well, Josh is out again. Wow, he's useless." And I used to always get like, I'd be like, "Oh man." So I never wanted to come to school because I was always afraid I would get made fun of for being a girl with the hair.
Yeah.
Or a smelly dude because I didn't really have my problem taking showers in middle school.
Yeah.
Because it was just burn.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Or, see, a lot of the girls too were really nice.
Dude, middle school and high school and early high school, people were not nice, man.
No, I think middle school. So I call middle school mainly 8th grade the dark ages. That's when I was in the bottom of the pits. You know what I mean? High school, the first 12 years of high school and middle school. That's when I was like the lowest I've ever been in my life, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really bad. Like,
well, you went away for a while. You went to a different school, didn't you?
Yes. It happened when I wanted to commit suicide.
Oh.
It was when I wanted to, I had urges to it. I had a plan. I was running from a bus, and I did the right thing. I told my mom about it. I don't know what happened. I just was so scared, so I just told the teacher, and she called him. But I got something I got to tell you.
Okay.
So for any of you who don't know, back in the day, I don't know if it's still the same now. It probably is still hard. But when I was in high school, getting the support I needed from the teachers was so hard. They were not supportive at all.
What did you tell the teachers of?
Yes, I told all of them, and I remember we were trying to get to Acacia, which is a school I went to, the therapy school. Mm-hmm. The dean and all like the high heads, except for the social worker, I forgot her name. You know what I'm talking about, in high school.
Yes.
Except for her, everyone did not care.
What did they say to you?
They thought it was behavioral stuff, like I was being a bad kid. Like they thought I was being like a bully or a behavioral kid, like I was just being a douche or something. Edit out, yeah.
Did they flat out say that there's something wrong? What did they say?
They would always tell me, "Oh, he's just attitude. He's just being he's behavioral. He's being attitude. He needs to go to Bremen."
Right.
The Bremen Behavioral School.
Right.
And I went there one time before I went to Acacia. Acacia's like a therapy school for kids with depression, anxiety.
Oh, that's where you went.
That's where I went. But Bremen was for behavioral kids, like people who had a lot of violent tendencies, and they wanted me to go there first. And I went there. I'll never forget it. I remember I saw a kid smacking his head against a glass for straight 10 minutes. Wow. And he was screaming at the teacher saying he was going to kill her. Wow. I'll never forget that. And I'm like, "Mom, I don't want to go here." And I started crying. And she's like, "I don't want you to go here either."
How long were you there?
I didn't end up going to Bremen. That's why.
How long were you at that school, though, the behavioral school?
Oh, like just visiting it? Like literally only 10 minutes.
Oh, I see. So I thought you were enrolled in it. So
we visited. They were doing a tour.
Oh.
And man, it was horrible.
Wow.
It was scary, dude. Like there was some kids there was like graffiti in the walls and stuff. It was nuts. And there's no forest too.
Man. I guess I feel bad for those kids too,
Yeah, I do. I do.
Because God, like
who can imagine, right? Being in this school.
Well, the lack of education is rough too when people don't know what it is, and that's why right now that everybody's kind of figuring it out, it seems like everyone's learning. What they were taught might not be what is actually happening.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
And I think like that's what's giving birth to all these podcasts that are coming up, because like this one, for example, there's other guys out there that I saw that are interviewing people that have gone through mental health crisis, or they've been in mental hospitals, or they've had murder in their family, and it's cool to see now that people are understanding, hey, there might be something else going on here that we're not asking about.
Yeah.
And so I think that for you to shed some light on that is super helpful. And so then can I ask, after that, right? You did the tour, you said you didn't like it.
Yeah. My mom was like, "Nope."
And
mom was like, "Not going."
And so you didn't go there. You ended up going to Bremen after that.
I'll be honest with you. It was probably the hardest my mom and my dad ever fought for me. Because they had a fight, like not meant physically, but they had a fight for my rights, basically.
What did your mom and dad did they want?
No, they wanted me to go, but the teachers would not support me. They did not want to offer me like a way to graduate from Oak Forest while still going to another school. They did not want to do that. I remember there was a woman in like we had a big meeting. I was in the meeting for my parents and the teachers of the school that had honchos of like Oak Forest High School. And I remember, well, we edit out the name of the high school, probably, I imagine, right?
What's that?
We edit out the name of the high school or keep that in?
I think we're okay with naming the school we went to.
Gotcha. So I remember there was a lady. She was like a dean, something like that, or like a. She was the head of the area, like one of the head social workers.
Sure.
She thought I was making it all up.
Okay.
I'm not joking. She looked at my mom and said, "You really want us to support a guy? Support this? Are you serious?" And she was like a social worker.
Oh wow.
Like the psychologist, lead psychologist for the school. And she was like, I wouldn't believe it. She was like, "Oh, he's making it up. He's not. We don't have the money for this." And my mom was like screaming at her, saying, "If you don't support my son, I will not give up. I will fight for my son's rights." That happened at school. It was crazy.
I never see. I that's the side of that school I never knew about.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a great school in other senses, but in other senses, that's the problem.
Yeah.